We're back here at Glasgow FrightFest, and I am joined by Jack McHenry, the writer, director, and producer of The Doombusters, which will be screening here today. Jack, how does it feel to have your film screened here at Glasgow FrightFest?
Oh, it's kind of like the dream. I kind of went out trying to make a movie that would play at FrightFest, and even like there were bits when we were doing the music with like the opening music and the end. I was talking to the composer. I was like, got to imagine like this is a FrightFest film, so like you got to make sure it delivers on. And we're thinking that all the way through with like just certain gore moments, and like you want to make it like an experience for the audience. So it was very much catered to them. So hopefully they dig it.
I love that because I watched it and I was like, this is perfect for FrightFest. This is exactly right. So tell me a little bit about where you got the idea for this film.
Yeah, it was kind of a weird sort of long-winded one, so I'll do it quick. But it was kind of came about like in COVID, everyone was just sort of, because I did a film before and then that kind of did a thing. And it was like kind of that classic thing of people started like, oh, like we should like have meetings and things like that. And then nothing was going. And I was like, then COVID happened. I was like, okay, I need to just start making a film off my own back and start doing that. And I was like, what do I have access to? And I was like, fields and woods. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll do one of those films. But it kind of came about, I was just like listening to like John Carpenter scores. And I was like, no one's really done a mix of the home front in the Second World War like that. There's a lot of like horror movies set in World War II, like with like actually in like the war and like set in Europe and things. But no one's done like a supernatural, really like, or like sci-fi element in home front. Like there's Doctor Who and things and Bedknobs and Broomsticks, and that's kind of was a big influence on the film, those kind of movies and things. But yeah.
Oh, amazing. You actually preempted my next question. I was going to ask you about what some of your influences were on this, because I definitely feel like I noticed a couple, but I want to see if I was correct.
Yeah, it jumps all over the place, but big ones obviously is Predator, because it's people. But apart from this, they're not like badasses with machine guns, they're idiots with broomsticks. And that was kind of the whole gag trying to go through. That, like, so obviously John Carpenter was a big influence. Then like there's bits where I was trying to make it feel like an Indiana Jones movie. Like early Spielberg, there's a whole sequence which I was like, okay, this needs to now be like Indiana Jones. And then it kind of descends into kind of a quite psychedelic thing, which kind of like inspired very much like Mandy, which came out recently. Well, not recently, but like that was a big influence. And like Ben Wheatley films, he makes quite a few films in the woods. So you got like he's the master of that.
Amazing. I love all those films, so it was a great comps. So tell me about your experience on set and in production. What was that like?
Yeah, well, we didn't really have a set. And like the production was kind of like a tiny crew of about 5 to 6 people on a good day. We shot it in April a couple of years ago, which I was like, I kind of sold it to the cast. I was like, it's going to be great. It's going to be really sunny. It'll be really nice. It was April, which is then obviously it rains, but we got lucky on the shoot that it didn't rain. Really lucky. We got one day of bad rain. So it was really small. And then I did kind of 10 days block with those guys and then basically ran out of money, which is classic. So then managed there's a few scenes which actually was like, there's a scene set in the middle, or kind of in the middle of it, where it's in a forest and the two guys and the vicar's talking to the guy. That's actually shot in Peckham because I couldn't really get back to the location I wanted. So that was shot in a park in Peckham, that whole sequence, which actually looks one of the best bits. It looks the most like Predator.
So tell me, what was your favorite part about working on this film?
The favorite part was, my favorite is like basically working with the actors. Yeah. It's always good. It's like, because you spend like a while writing scripts and stuff, and you'll just be like, and then it's when, especially when you have good actors like these guys, they kind of like, you go like, oh, whoa, like it's coming to life, and they're doing it way better than I could ever have imagined. And they bring their own kind of twists to it and stuff. And so it's that bit where you're suddenly like watching it behind the camera, like, oh, fuck, we're making a movie. And that's always like great.
Yeah, I was also very impressed by the performances that you brought out of all of them, and the cast is truly amazing, and I'm really excited for them to be here today. Thank you so much, Jack, and congratulations.
Thanks so much.